Dr. Dave Nicol here from Double Bay Veterinary Clinic. Welcome to the video blog this week. And it's Christmas. Christmas is here. Exciting time for everybody. Important to look after the pets at this time of year because you know, things like Christmas trees, there's a few new plants appear, sort of decorations, lots of things that are enticing for pets to get into trouble. So it's important to sort of look after them. So I'll talk about Christmas hazards in just a second. Just a quick word on ticks. In case you hadn't heard and you've not read the previous blog or wherever, we are having an exceptionally sort of wet summer this year. You've probably noticed that. But that's allowing, there's a big tick problem because of that, okay, and we're seeing really unusually high numbers of ticks at this time of year in Sydney. Not dogs that have been to the northern beaches, Palm Beach or whatever, just dogs that have only been in Sydney. We've seen 2 cases from Centennial Park, 2 from sort of Cooper Park, Bellevue Hill area, and 1 from Paddington, of all places. You know, if there was any doubt ticks were in Sydney, please set that aside. They are definitely here, and it is really, really important that the dogs and the cats are getting tick treatment. Now, what does that mean? It means frontline is safe for dogs and cats, and it needs to be put on every 2 weeks. Okay, not every month. That's to control fleas, but every 2 weeks to control ticks. Several of the dogs that have come in the last 10 days have been on frontline. Or Advantic's, and they've only been administered it every month, not every 2 weeks, which is why they've ended up having a problem. Just a point of note, Advantic's is safe for dogs, but it's really deadly for cats, so do not get those things confused. It says so in the packaging, it's very clear, but just make sure that you're clear in your own mind about that. So, every 2 weeks for the tick treatments, guys. That's mega important, and like probably even a good thing to do is consider having the dogs shaved short, so that I mean that's good for 2 reasons. Number 1, keeps the dogs cool in summer, so they don't get overheated, which is excellent. And number 2, it just allows you to see ticks easier. You know, every dog that comes in that we suspect has a tick, we end up shaving them, and they're really hard to find unless the dogs are shaved. Okay, so comfort clips for summer, frontline or Advantic's every 2 weeks for dogs, frontline only for cats, please, and you should stay clear of any tick problems. Obviously, if you're going up to the northern beaches or north coastal or any of the coastal areas around sort of the east coast of Australia, ticks are, paralysis ticks we're talking about, are a problem. And you need to take extra precautions in these areas because there's far more ticks around there, and your doggies, if they're eastern birds doggies, are all much more likely to succumb to tick problems than local dogs from those areas. Okay, so that's enough about ticks. Christmas hazards. There's probably 3 or 4 things that are you know, pretty common things for vets to see at this time of year. Number 1, by a long way, is chocolate poisoning. So it's really important that you understand chocolate is very toxic to dogs, okay? And a little dog, just one of these little gold bells here, that's potentially enough to kill a little dog. The rule of thumb is if it's dark chocolate, that's much worse for your pet than milk chocolate, and milk chocolate's much worse than white chocolate. So I would avoid, I mean definitely don't give your dog chocolate, but if your dog eats chocolate or chews at the Christmas tree or whatever, and it does happen or gets into the selection box, it is really important that you see your vet quickly, and they can make your dog sick to get rid of the chocolate and give it some medicines to stop the poisoning happening. Because what happens is dogs can't process one of the chemicals that's in chocolate, and it causes them serious heart complications, and you know, they develop pretty nasty side effects, and they can die from it. So stay away from chocolate for dogs. It's toxic to cats as well, but cats tend not to chew it so much. Macadamia nuts are on just about every vet's list of poisonings. I've never bought a macadamia nut in my life, and I don't know, maybe you love macadamia nuts, but they're not my thing. Just be aware they are poisonous to dogs, okay? So if you're having them, make sure you dispose of the shells, and certainly don't leave them lying about. Okay. Cats, lilies, more of an Easter thing, but lilies are poisonous to cats, and people, they're available all year round. So if you're getting some flowers to decorate your house, relatively safe. There's our friend the poinsettia there, okay? And if a cat or a dog chews on that, it will upset the tummy lining of it, but it's a minor irritation. It's not going to kill them. Whereas lilies, although they look beautiful, they're toxic. So stay away from lilies, please. If you've got cats in the house, at this time of year we tend to stuff ourselves with lovely foods. Just be aware that really high fatty foods in dogs can cause pancreatitis, especially if you have got a schnauzer, miniature schnauzer. They seem really prone to pancreatitis, and particularly in Australia there seems to be a prevalence for that. So if you've got a schnauzer, then I would make sure that you're keeping well away from fatty foods. So if you're going to give a special meal on Christmas Day, and it's nice to do that, then something like some steamed fish, that you're not going to have a problem with that. Okay. One other one is tinsel, and the sort of the sort of fake glittery strands that you can get for Christmas trees. Cats will sort of play like, if it's really fine, cats will play like that, like it's shoelace, and they can swallow that, and that can cause them problems. Dogs as well. I could show you some amazing x-rays of dogs with stomachs just stuffed. They're like they ate the whole Christmas tree or something. It's like tinsel galore, and we put an endoscopic camera down this one dog's stomach to see, just to see exactly what it was. And it seriously looked like a disco down there. It was just all this coloured, glittery stuff reflecting the light back at us. Very pretty, very much of a problem for the dog, and we don't want to go operating on any of your pets, like at any time of year, but Christmas even worse. That's a good way to ruin Christmas. So just be careful. Like this, the way I've got this tree decorated here is pretty safe for pets, and if you ignore the chocolate. But I've got a wife who eats a lot, not more than me, but all I'm saying is if I had to restock the tree with chocolate, please don't tell her I said that. But my cats tend not to eat chocolate. If you've got a dog, I wouldn't have these things sitting around on your Christmas tree because it's just too much temptation. So be safe at Christmas. Okay, guys, that's just about us from here. Our opening hours over the festive period we're open on the 23rd, we're open morning surgery on the 24th, we're shut Christmas Day, we're shut Boxing Day. Public holidays on Monday and Tuesday, so 27th, 28th we're not open, 29th we're open for normal hours, 30th we're open normal hours, and then on what we call in Scotland Hogmanay, New Year's Eve, on the 31st, we'll have morning surgery again, but there'll be an early close there. Okay, we'll be shut on the 1st and the 2nd, and the 3rd is a public holiday, so coming back on Tuesday the 4th. When we're not open, you can contact our, if you've got an emergency, then go to our out of hours provider who are Sash. There's a telephone number there and a web address, so any problems, check them out. And otherwise, stay safe. Happy Christmas from us. Have a really good holiday. Thank you so much for coming to visit us this year. We hope that you got good service from us. I hope you like what we do. We love seeing you guys, and it's been our pleasure to look after you this year. I'm off on annual leave now. Liz and the rest of the team are there for the rest of the year, so I won't see you till next year. But have a really good new year when it comes, and thank you so much from all of us at Double Bay. Happy Christmas.